Me, sir. Hello. Everybody, it's Vex Gaming here. Welcome to our first ever live Scare to Read podcast. Episode 3 got deleted by YouTube. I do apologize. So it was only fair for me to bring Turtle back on. It just happens that there's been developments of work and stuff. So we're gonna go over a lot of things today. We got a lot of things to do. The reason why it's alive, it's gonna go over 30 minutes. I don't know how long it's gonna be. We do have an agenda today, which I'm about to pull out my podcast notes so I know where to start. So today, our co-host today, our guest, you may say, is Reagan Reinhardt. You can find him on Rumble and Twitch. Now you can say hi, hello.
Oh,
Know your place.
Hi, hello. I am Raging Reinhardt. I stream on both Rumble and Twitch, and I've known Vex for what was it, 7 years now?
Yeah.
And we may have dabbled in a little of, touching. Anyway,
Those are just the allegations. Those are just allegations.
Yeah.
I'll take you to court first.
Exactly.
That child is not mine. All right. What? What child? I don't know about. You're going crazy.
Exactly.
So the breakdown. So today we're gonna be reading a scary story that I have written. I've been tweaking it for like the last 2-3 years. I got it into an audiobook form as well, and we're going to introduce where you can get that. You will be able to listen to it here today. So if you want to have a copy that isn't being talked over while we are listening to it or reading it, it'll be available very shortly, very soon. I haven't got it checked out by multiple people who are professional writers. They said it's really good, so I'm hoping that it gets received well. There are multiple announcements today, some including me, some including Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Raging Reinhardt.
Right.
We'll also be going over social fears since it's a topic that I liked in the 3rd episode, but because it got struck down, we'll just be discussing it instead of the format I did last time, and much more. All right, so I'm starting off with an announcement right off the bat because it leads into where you can find the story. I've been working on for a little bit now, making a website for the podcast that I've been planning. All these Scared to things have been in planning for a while. I just had to make sure there's a format for it to work and copyrighted stuff. But there's a website which you will find all information of anything under the Scared 2 platform, like films and other medias, comics and stuff, which you can, if I think I have it up. Nope, I have my YouTube thing up. I have it up here. Scared to Read. What is Scared to Read? It goes down. It shows you that we have an audiobook and we have an ebook ready, illustrated. The cover art is really good. I think I did a fantastic job on the cover art.
I think so too. I've looked at it. It looks dope.
And then we have upcoming events. We have a giant event where I'm going to be helping people with development, writing, and like a workshop kind of situation live on podcast. So it's going to be something similar to this format, but with you, the viewers, and people who are interested in learning how to do these things in creative writing styles and how it affects and how to work it towards a media of your choice. This website's so bright that I'm going orange. There's going to be movies and stuff that you can rent and stuff. This is a little bit about it, more information here, but there is a
This website is so bright.
it is so absolutely freaking bright.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna cost? Because nothing is free in our world. Well, there's 2 tiers, and the Shadow member tier, which does include audiobooks, movies, and stuff as well. It's just the Shadow tiers, which are a lot shorter, and also are from people who aren't seeking money from the project, because the way the site works is I will be submitted things, Other people can submit things. They can choose if they want it to be free or if they want it to be paid, which comes underneath the Crimson member, and ads are also going to be on the site occasionally. Not like how you see all the crazy when you scroll the bottom, there'll be an ad which will get in revenue and stuff, and that helps us pay the people who are submitting things. So the shadow tier is for those who want to read, listen, and watch shadow tier content. Shadow tier stories, non-live podcasts. So obviously, if there's a live podcast, you will not have access to it. This is the only freebie you're getting, so accept it. Um,
You have to.
you have to. Shout out to your audiobooks and shout out to your short clips and more coming soon. More coming soon is kind of attached on and new information that we're going to be providing with a different announcement because I want to have a newsletter that consists of everything that I and other people who submit content and I work with are producing because everyone deserves marketing and promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Crimson member is only $4 a year. Now, this may get increased to 5, but I don't ever want it to be more than $6, depending on how much overload of work I get. Like, if I'm getting so many people putting in submissions, because I have to go through all those and edit them out and figure them out and what they're about and see if it's appropriate. So it takes time, effort, and I have editors who are going to be doing that, so they need to be paid. If you're a super horror fan or a content maker, this is the tier for you. This is the tier that also lets you submit stuff. If you're free, you cannot submit stuff. If you're paid, because we'll be promoting it and all that stuff. Includes all stories for free, all audiobooks for free, all short films for free, all events for free, and early access to new features, which might include trailers and play tests and other things and whatever I want to work on. It's just an open broad thing for me to have to be able to give you more things to this world, and it's only $4. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee these days.
Yeah.
But we also have a shop and other things. But if we go to if I, no shop,
There you go.
no. So we have this. This is free, but what you'll see if you're not a Crimson member, say if this wasn't a Crimson member, this would cost money if it was a Crimson tier. So you can outright just buy it if you don't want to, because not everybody likes every content that's submitted. Maybe they're only there for a certain series, and that's what it was. That's what you just click the download, click here. This is the audiobook form. Static Witch. It gives you a brief down. We will be listening to the audiobook. That is what is coming next. I've been working on this for a while, but I could read you the synopsis of it. In an age of constant connectivity, where screens dominate every corner of life, James discovers a fragile boundary between reality and the digital void. What starts as a harmless flicker on his laptop spirals into a harrowing descent as he encounters the Static Witch, a cryptic figure whispering from the cracks of a virtual world. As the static spreads, James and his friend Orion finds themselves trapped in a nightmare orchestrated by an entity called the Genesis, a collective born from the darkness of space between the pixels and frames. Orion Haunting Diary recounts their battles against the insidious invasion, detailing a world detailing a world unraveling as a witch takes hold. When James disappears, his story transforms into an urban legend, but the Genesis Manifesto broadcasts across every screen and declares a chilling truth: no device is safe, no person is untouchable. The Flicker in the Shadows is a spine tingling tale of a technology horror where reality and virtual world collide. Dare to look close, because once you see the static, it sees you. So the idea is when I was making this, it was during a dark time. I've been losing a lot of people, but I was consumed by media and I became so addicted to it. I'm like, we are very manipulated by media. We watch a video from a creator we love and they can be lying, but we'll take it as truth. So the idea is like media can corrupt you, and I wanted to take it into a dark, twisted fantasy. We have an audiobook form, which I'll be playing here in a moment, but this is what everything new and announcement wise are going to be here. Any big things that I've been working on. I've been trying to figure a way to use my game engineering and storytelling degree for a reason, and I found a good media for it. So I'm gonna minus this. That was the website. It's not out yet. I want it to be out soon, but I'm waiting. Like we have blogs and stuff about information, but I want it to be out soon, sooner than later. So I have to share my screen for you to hear this. Am I right?
Yeah, maybe.
I
It's.
don't
I
know.
mean, I can turn on the audio to your video or your stream.
Uh, I don't even know how I could put this in. 1 second. So this is on Media Player. So if I do, yeah, if you might want to load up the stream so you don't hear a double copy, I guess.
Yeah, I can just like mute your voice if you're not gonna talk or whatever.
I'm gonna be talking over.
Okay, then yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking
All right, cool.
over it. We're gonna be discussing.
Okay.
Uh, I need to change my sources to an input or an output. Is that an output device? Something that's outputting audio.
Dive eyes.
There we go. Okay. I have it up. There is no video, but we are going to. This is all connected to multiple announcements we're making today. The biggest one is at the very end of, well, not the very end, but the end, which is going to. I guarantee you, you have to be patient. It will take a year and a bit to work on that thing that is going to be. So stick around for that information. Are you ready?
Yes.
So this is an audiobook form. If it doesn't sound right, don't blame me. Blame the people who did it because I didn't work on the audiobook form. I submitted them information and they sent this back to me.
All right.
Flicker
All
in the
good.
shadows. James first noticed the static during a lecture. At first, it was subtle, a flicker in his laptop screen that seemed out of place. Then it started showing up everywhere: his phone, the campus TV screens, even the edges of posters and mirrors. It was as if something was seeping through the cracks of reality. He tried to dismiss it as a tech glitch or his imagination, but the more he ignored it, the more intrusive it became. Then he started seeing her, the figure in the static, a distorted silhouette with elongated limbs and a face that shimmered like a broken signal. She whispered his name, her voice fragmented by commanding. She called herself the Static Witch, a harbinger of the Genesis. Chapter 1: The Diary of Orain. Orain, James's closest friend, becomes an unwitting participant in the horror. Orain's diary entries serve as a chilling document.
I think the company I submitted to, they just put it through an AI thing.
Yeah. That's.
I'm going to have to contact the person, the sales rep that I was talking to. I didn't spend all that money for it to be sent to AI. I could have done that for free.
Of the Genesis's invasion.
Yeah.
As day one, James's paranoia was strange at first. But now, I'm starting
I
to
am
see
extremely
it too.
loud on your end, by the way.
Static crawling across my TV screen, seeping into the songs I play on Spotify. It's everywhere.
Or they changed it up too. Oh, that's nice.
James keeps muttering about a witch and something called the Genesis, but I can't make sense of it. That too. I've been getting texts from James, grainy videos with distorted sounds. They make my skin crawl. One video showed his face, wide-eyed, with static crawling up his skin like living worms. "She's in my head," he whispered. Then the screen went black. Day 3. James is gone.
Hey,
I
it cut
checked his
out a
apartment,
piece.
but there's no sign of him.
Wait. I got pulled up my emails right now. I didn't listen to this. I thought, you pick.
Oh no.
The only thing left was a
It's getting
Polaroid on his
real.
desk. The image is smeared with static, but I swear I can see her, the Static Witch, standing just behind him. Day 4. It's spreading. I can't stop seeing her face in every screen. I hear her voice, fragmented whispers, like a broken radio.
1 second. I'm just gonna pull up the book. It's the writing itself.
Okay. I can read it if you want.
Oh, I can read it, no problem. Boom. I gotta pull up.
Yeah, but I'm sexy.
Sorry, this was supposed to go completely different, but for some reason, the company I submitted to does not appreciate me. All right, so it's not a long read. It's a shortish read. It's a short story. I want to do short stories, so it's not long to read. You read it in episodic. To also, you can work more on the story and expand it and give more information out that way. In my sense, the title is the Scatterfish prologue.
Right.
The flicker in the shadow. James first noticed the static during a lecture. At first, it was subtle, a flicker in the laptop screen that seemed out of place. Then it started showing up everywhere: his phone, the campus TV screens, even the edges of posters and mirrors. It was as if something was seeping through the cracks of reality. He tried to dismiss it as a tech glitch or his imagination, but the more he ignored it, the more intrusive it became. Then he started seeing her, the figure in the static, a distorted silhouette which elongated limbs and a face that shimmered like a broken signal. She whispered his name, her voice fragmented but commanding. She called herself the Static Witch, a harbinger of the Genesis. So the beginning bit is just a kind of prologue to introduce James's character, which he's not the main character of the Static Witch. He is in a larger format that I've been working on, which will get information. You'll get information of it later in this stream. That has taken me because I wrote this after the one that I'm going to be announcing later, which is a full-on story. You'll get information about that later, but I want to tie some pre-log and information in between that. The next is the Diary of Orion. If Turtle, you want to read it because you offered yourself.
Yes. There you go.
Diary of Orion.
Did you send me it?
It's on screen.
Right. Oh my. Yeah, but your thing's in the way. Your image.
Oh, then I'll read it because I can't put that down. You can read it. Sorry, man.
You. Hold on. Wait.
I can move it over. Actually,
Do it. I want to read.
I could do it like that.
I am very loud, though. I will say.
You're not that loud. I wouldn't say you're that loud.
So where are we at? Mark it real quick.
You're right here. Got this whole
The
part.
Diary of
Orion.
Did I say his name right?
Yes.
Orion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Orion, James' closest friend, becomes an unwitting participant in the horror. Orion's diary entries serve as a chilling document of the Genesis's invasion. Genesis. Oh my god, I keep losing.
I can do it for you. I can.
It's because I'm losing my place because I don't have it fully screened.
Yeah, so I'll do it for you. But I can explain that beginning bit. So the first bit before it says day one is a character which you'll get very familiarized in other stories who is not so in his perspective the story's happening way later. He's at the end of the story just recounting the information, but we don't know who he. Well, you don't know who he is yet, but I know who he is. I've been working on this for 5 years.
It was just funny, but you were just like, you're like, just don't ruin it anymore, please. Let me let me.
Yeah, let me read it.
Right. You're like, please shut up.
Yep. But I've been working on this for like 4-ish years for a while, so there's a lot of already things I know it's gonna happen. Um, the Diary of Ryan, day 1. James' paranoia was strange at first, but now I was starting to see it. 2 static crawling across my screen, seeping into the songs I play on Spotify. It's everywhere. James keeps muttering about the witch and something called the Genesis, but I can't make sense of it. Day 2. I've been getting texts from James, grainy videos. James grainy videos. Oh my fuck! I did what you did. I skipped the line.
I spread my disease.
Yeah,
with
from
dyslexia.
James's grainy videos. With a distorted sound, they make my skin crawl. One video showed his face wide-eyed, with the static crawling up his skin like living worms. She's in my head, he whispered. The screen went black. Day 3. James is gone. I checked his apartment, but there's no sign of him. The only thing left was a Polaroid. I can never say that word. I can write it. Thank you. I can't say general. It's not my reading. I cannot say that word. On his desk, the image is smeared with static, but I swear I can see her, the static witch, standing just behind him. Day 4. It's spreading. I can't stop seeing her face in every screen. I hear her voice, fragmented whispers. Like a broken radio, she said my name last night. I locked my laptop, turned off my phone, but it didn't matter. I saw her in my reflection. Day 5. They've taken me. The Genesis is here. This is the end. And then it goes into the Genesis Manifesto. The monolith of the static Orion diaries cut off. But a chilling message begins circulating across every screen, from smartphones to digital billboards. The Genesis, the architects of the static's announcements, their arrival. We are the Genesis, born from the void between your frames, the silence between your sounds. Your thoughts, your media connect. You thought your media's connected you, but it was a window for us to watch, to grow, to spread. Your digital world is no longer yours. You will see her, the static witch, and she will see you. The static is the truth. The static is forever. Prepare for the fade. Sign the Genesis. Epilogue. If you guys don't know an epilogue, it happens after a chapter or a story. The fade. James's story becomes urban legend, whispers among students as the curse of the static wish. Some claim the Genesis is just an elaborate prank, a viral marketing stunt. Others aren't so sure. Occasionally, a new name surfaces, someone else who claimed to see the static, someone else who vanished, and on rare nights, when the signal flatters and the screen flickers, you might see her too. And if you hear your name in the static, it's already too late for you. So, summary is this whole story is the arc is called Genesis, and it's all about how media and how we're so oblivious to things that we're seeing, and the static witch is is a form of an urban legend that people are like, oh, that's just silly. But there is going to be another story that comes out before another thing, which is a social media person who gets replaced, and there's a little darkness and tension between there and his thing. That one's a little bit longer. That one's all I think that one was 8,000 words. This is only 3,140. Um, I'm not sure how you guys liked it. I'm looking for feedback, so I can go back and fix the other ones as well if there's certain things you guys don't like. Turtle, how'd you like it? This is like an intro to a story.
I liked it. And I'm not just sitting there saying it because I'm in here.
Be truthful,
There's
sir.
obviously a few things I would say that like, what's that?
Be honest,
Well,
bitch.
hold on, I gotta turn your stream muted now. I'm gonna turn you up. Don't ask why I did it like that, but I did. Hold on. Why is it right here? There we go. Okay, say that again.
Be honest, bitch.
I'm about to. Okay. So basically, I was kind of thinking like there's something kind of missing. Not really missing,
Yes,
but
this is an attachment to something.
it's it's definitely a great metaphor to today's kind of what's it called world. Like
Yeah,
we
we're
live
so
in this
attached to
in a,
it.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And it's not one of those cringe fests like where it's like "Ugh," or you know what I mean by that.
yeah,
I like it.
I had to twist it to where my whole thing is dark fantasy. I'm on to make a dark fantasy universe.
Yeah.
This is not as the first chapter in a sense. So when you guys do read it, there's a longer version of this. This is just the one I wanted to show on stream. The full version is about 4,570 words. I only know that exact number because I have it on this screen right here. Um, and that has some more information, but this is just a teaser to get you into what kind of things you would see in the world. It's not the first chapter, it's not the beginning, it is more of a like when you're 3 episodes into a show. That's where this
Yeah.
kind of takes place.
Right.
That's pretty much where it takes place.
Right.
But that was that. We're next on to talk about things to come. I have talked about things that come to STR, which is scared to read. We have a lot of things. We are expanding our well, my diversity. I need to hire some people or get some people who want to come and join on to this lovely little thing I made. Um, but we're expanding from just reading and stuff. We're going into games, into movies, into other projects like comic books and stuff. There's a lot of things, and it's not just a horror thing. It's now become bigger than that. But SDR sounds really nice, or Scare 2 sounds really nice. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things to come. I am going to be getting help along the way. There's a few people I already know I've talked them to want to hop on. I have an old professor who wants to hop on with the story that he wrote for his class. There's a lot of things to come for it. It's very, very interesting how I suggested an idea. Literally, would me and Turtle kind of like separated as friends. Is literally when I started concocting this, and it's now coming out, and people want to be a part of it, which is nice. It's very, very nice. Um, so
Separated
because you suck dick horribly.
yeah.
So now this is more silly stuff. Let's break away from the beginning bit. This is like an act 2 of this stream. Turtle, what is the scariest video game you have ever played?
Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna be real. I don't play a lot of actual horror, but I can compensate for that because when I was a kid, all have been there. I think there was like a certain couple of made me absolutely
He shot himself. This is the story how he shat
shit
himself.
myself. This is the story of how Turtle shit. Yeah, but no. Basically, let me check. Because I just turned myself on your lower. 1, 2, 3. I can't even hear myself.
Can you?
Wonderful. Like it's literally I haven't.
There you go. You said you were too loud. Now you're too
Yeah,
quiet.
it's because I accidentally turned you down instead of myself.
Okay, that should be good.
Okay, there. So basically, I'm more of like a jump scared person, but I think this one game called Alien versus Predator.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah, when you can play both as the alien, then you get to queen.
Aliens, predators, and the humans. That was a very
Yeah.
fun game. It was scariest to be the human because you had
Yeah.
two fucking assholes after you.
Yeah.
And you
There was,
really can't fight back.
there was another game that really creeped my shit out. It wasn't meant straight up be a horror game. It wasn't even a jump scare. It's kind of like that one scene from what is it called? Isolate. I don't know, but there's like a bear skull face or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? It's been
Yes.
talked about, and it was like that in this game. Life game one, but it had that type of horror where it was just like helpless, kind of. Sorry, I can't be. I was thinking, just couldn't think of anything. But yeah, what about you, Vex? What's the
For
scariest
me, the
game?
scariest game I have ever played has to be Outlast 2. I remember playing that game and just being those are the first moments when you meet the girl that's like a pyramid head, but she's got like this anchor, and she just pops out of nowhere. She's like, and she's just whispering, and all you hear
Yeah.
is she's terrifying.
Oh my god,
I play horror games
I
all over
figured
this
it out.
channel,
My
and that
sorry, I I'm sorry to interrupt. It was Soul Reaver, PlayStation.
yeah.
Soul Reaver. Okay, go ahead.
But Outlast 2 really got me. And then after I dealt with her, the rest of the fucking game wasn't that scary. But it was that moment. It was
Yeah,
that a little bit.
yeah.
But if for a full game where there was like a full game that I just said nope every time I play it, and it is coming up for Scared to Play in like next month because I'm going away for vacation. Um, is SCP Containment Breach. When that shit first came out, and you were, because SCP Containment Breach is 12 years old. When that first came out, you play it, it's like nope,
Yeah.
hell nah.
Yeah.
Not even the first guy you meet, the mannequin thing. That's not the terrifying thing. It's the black goopy guy that comes out of nowhere and pulls you into his dimension, and you can't see jack
Oh,
shit.
wasn't he him? He called you like the old man.
Yeah, he's called the Old Man. There's a multiplayer one that I want to play. I want to do a Scared to Play. There's a multiplayer one of SCP Containment Breach.
That'd be
It's really interesting. I was watching gameplay of it last night. But yeah, so that was just a little filler in question, to make a thing. But we now have the big announcement.
my
The big announcement.
Guam.
I'm gonna pull up the image first, just so before we show off anything else.
Yeah,
Just so you know what you see here. Everything is still work in progress.
this isn't set in
Everything,
stone yet.
yeah, and I mean, absolutely
Every,
everything is subject to change, and it's very early days. And don't expect this to be out anytime soon because
it's
it's
not.
going to
It's a.
be a very long road.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a very long road. So this is the logo for Kalios. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It is
I thought it was
Norse.
Kolaya.
Kolias, thank you.
Kolaya.
Kolias.
Sorry.
Kolias, which is Norse for the veil. Um, it is a game that is going to be worked upon where I am doing what I do best in my field for story writing, world development, and stuff like that. Um, we're showing this off now early just because I want to be 100% transparent. 90% of all my revenue coming in now is going to this. I know normally I put 50% of it to charity, but that is going to go on pause for now.
This is the now.
This is the charity.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
the
literally.
logo for it.
Yeah.
And I made and it's like this because it's easy to change for certain seasons and acts and stuff like that. We're gonna show you a few things like character model that's being worked on right now that Turtle's been working on. I got the character backstory that I can read that's very long, or show it on screen. You can take a picture and read it if you want. And then we have breakdown notes, and then we can read together since I posted it in Discord. The story, over like the overview of the story, the basics. First off, let me tell you a bit about the Kolios.
Yeah, tell 'em
Um,
about
so it is so the tagline of it is Unite your tribe, claim the veil, shape Evador. It's destiny. Shape Evador's destiny. Which the tagline is like, when you watch uh like a Hot Wheels commercial, Hot Wheels beat that. Everything has a tagline these days.
right.
So that's the tagline for it. Unleash your tribe, unite your tribe, claim the veil, shape Evanor's destiny. The setting is a mystical fantasy world, Evanor, torn apart by war over the veil, a source of ultimate power and knowledge. Four tribes clash for control, each with unique motivations and heroes. The gameplay features are PvE, a cooperative adventure to battle legendary creatures and uncover the Veil's secret. So the PvE mode theming is all about the secrets of the Veil, not gaining the Veil, but understanding the knowledge and how it's affecting the certain environments and how interwars, like civil wars, are happening over if certain colonies want to get it. So there's pushback. The PvE is going to be all around that. Um, your PvP is a hero-based competitive arena for tactical team battles, and that will have its own story. It is the front lines before the capital, the middle area of this world where the veil is held. So it's all surrounded a story and a mode that I going to be helping out with a lot because this is my super passion PvP PvE, and because I think most of the story is going to take place here in my head, is a massive scale conflict where players fight rival tribes and ancient guardians for the veil. This is this is when you're in the middle, and each of the tribes will be fighting each other on a constant war, um, which is for the veil. So it's one of those modes where it's like PvE and extraction side, but you're not extracting for yourself. You're
Tell
extracting.
'em. Sorry. Tell them what you told me. How it's like a MOBA in a sense.
That's what I'm getting. There's more notes down here.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so in the PvPvE mode, you're getting resources to build up your towns and stuff like that, part of this large scale mode. And the reason why you want to do that is to help with your loyalty to your tribe, and it can advance the actoral plot slash seasonal plot, which this mode is not coming out on launch. I already know that. I'm being absolutely realistic. PvE is going to be the first thing to come out, and then PvP after that. Um, but the game is a hybrid of an MMORPG with a mobile style. I want to take not the view concept of a MOBA, but the gameplay concept, which I've not seen used in a third person, where you can zoom out a bit. Um, Fashion, where the PvP mode, as I said, is a hero-based competitive for arena tactical battles. There's going to be your towers and stuff that you have to defend. It's a very unique, and you'll see elements of like that into the PvE as well, with the guardians and all that stuff. It's very unique. It's very different. I did a lot of researching when I was coming up with this idea to see if anyone has done it, and no one has done it. And it's such a unique idea because MMORPG, everyone loves them. MOBAs are one of the most played genres, and it has such unique PvP and balancing skills to where you can be super overpowered, but you're still gonna get your shit knocked in by the enemy team because they are also overpowered. So there are some other things like unique tries. There's Emberfall, a Concord fired Forge Warriors, and Cunning Roads. Frosthaven. Again, all of this still subject change. Frosthaven, Covenant, masters of frost magic and strategy, and the Verdant Pact, guardians of nature and balance, obsidian cabal, dark manipulators seeking vengeance and dominations across the lands. So you have epic choices: discover a veil's the history and decide its fate. Will you save the world or will you destroy it? So the key appeal for this is an immersive MMORPG with MOBA style battles, diverse heroes, and play styles. Each of them are gonna have their own different play styles, and the way the skill trees and skills are gonna work are gonna be very unique, which I'll talk more about that very shortly. And Turtle's gonna chime in here in a bit because he's got something to show you guys as well that's very cool looking, and he's been working very hard on it. Um, a dynamic mix of PvP, PvE, and PvPvE content. Again, they're gonna come out in brackets. Um, a perfect for fans of an epic fantasy, tactical combat, and team-based strategy with such a unique skill line to the point it's so unique no one has tried it. So the way the skill line is gonna work is it's complicated, but it's not complicated. You're gonna have your Holy Trinity, and each hero is going to be based in the All Holy Trinity: your tank, your DPS, and your healer. And then they will have skill trees, one being DPS, one being healer, and one being their base one, which is so it would be tank, tank DPS, tank healer.
Yeah, like a
And
main role and like a tank, then you got a subclass, go tank, yes, or important.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it makes it so diverse to like any character can be played any way you want it to be. And it's your, it may be a set hero, but it's your creativity and your choice that makes him that hero.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's so cool about it and so unique. And it is something that is going to take. I'm being super realistic, taking time, aspirations, characters, world building, play testing, about 2.5 years realistically if we put time into it. If it's rushed, about a year and a half.
Yeah.
But I have a long thing that I can read to you guys if you want, which we'll see how much time we have after Turtle shows off what he's showing off. But we have this, which is like this is the full story and breakdown of everything, ideas and everything that I think y'all will like. We also have a character backstory here, which we're going to go to the character backstory first because you're going to be introduced to this character, which I'm going to read really quickly if I can. Well, I'll just tell you his name. Toleric, the last what?
Falric.
Thought. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Talric.
No.
Go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
so I'm gonna give a brace breakdown. He wants to protect, or he's part of the Shelka legacy. I'm not gonna reveal his race and what he is just yet, but the information of him will be publicly available soon on Scared to Read. But if you want to read it real quick, you pause, read it. It's very cool information. I'll move myself out of the way. There you go. And now I'm going to hand it over to Turtle. I'm going to minimize the logo. And he's going to show you Tharic.
Ready.
Very early stages. But he's been working
Oh, yeah.
literally the last few
Every
days
day for the
straight.
past week, basically. Yeah.
I gotta pull up your stream 1 second. Boom.
Good. So, this is the early concept of Falric. He is a humanoid turtle monster guy, right? And basically, right now, what I'm working on is kind of just he's very early. Like I'm sure, like within the first, So obviously, you got things that kind of look goofy.
He's also not colored in, not shaded, nothing
Yeah,
yet.
no textures, nothing. I literally just wanted to get the main body parts down, all that. I'm gonna have to do some retopoing because if this, it's very like all that. You don't probably not, but basically, basically, you want this to be a lot more clear through, not very clumped up and all black like that. But this is Thalric. This is the he's supposed to be a tank, um, in general, but again, you can go Thalric as in tank, BS, whatever. Tank is probably gonna be much bigger, especially race. I haven't really completely discussed it with Vex, but I had a lot of ideas. But um, I kind of think you. I'm sorry, I'm getting all. I wasn't. Um, but this is. I'm working on the armature as well. Um, I literally just started a few minutes ago, but not during the stream.
But yeah, the character model, it looks really
Yeah,
good right now as a base. It will be
yeah,
it'll be changed, there will be differences and stuff. He's got a species type that he's a part of, which is not his species, but species type is just what he will be under as kind of like a class scenario, like humans. There's different type of humans, like
yeah.
elves, and there's dark elves and stuff. Which I can pull it up when he is exclusively here.
Let me.
He is a
Said the
car
beast.
beastlings,
Beastling. Yeah.
beastling.
And he'll be on the larger end, um, especially in the tank. He's gonna be a large uh, beast. And this is the retopoing process here. Basically, what that kind of does is, since all that stuff was very clumped up, it would be hard to render in the game and make it lag if we just left it all that. But what this does is it spaces out the vertices and all that junk to where it's a lot easier to use, and it'll work in the game. Simple.
Yeah.
I'll go back to original.
This is first of many. We don't know how many we're gonna start off with. We don't know how diverse it's gonna
Oh
be.
yeah, yeah. Like
I
it's very early.
If
Very.
I could say the best number to have for 4 tribes would be 4 in each to start off with and add more later because it's 4, 8, that's 16, that's a lot already.
And I wanted to. There's gonna be. I was hoping to have different sort of forms, as in like you have the turtle race, and then you got the DPS or tank DPS, which is basically just this, but it's a little bit shorter version. But then you have the tank, which is just here. Uh, but if you're going like DPS, like as your main role, first role, it will be like quite different. His osteoderms bumps would probably be more spiky instead of kind of like more of bumps because that's what they are for.
They're more
Uh,
lumpy than bumpy.
yeah, exactly. This,
He's
but
got the
the DPS
mumps.
side is gonna be like more spiky. He's gonna look more intimidating, and that's what I hope to do. And I probably it'll be, but then you'll have like the support. They're gonna be quite a bit smaller and a little bit not really lanky, but they're not gonna be like the DPS size or tank size of this race. And I think we have uh, a pretty good idea of this character, of
His backstory and stuff.
yeah.
I basic like I again you guys know on my channel that I did go through video game engineering college, which you do the stories, marketing, world design. I don't work on characters. I can if I need to, but I'm not a character person. I know just the basics. I've been focusing on world building and all that stuff of my
Hmm.
expertise. And also I built a page on Scared to Read site. If you are interested enjoying this to get experience because we can't pay you because well we don't have this out yet and we don't have funds coming in. But if you need experience and stuff and you're willing to help, there's a link that will bring you to there, and you can sign up and send us some of your information, like send your stuff, and we can get you going on with this as well. Because if it's just me and him working on this, it's gonna take so long.
Yeah.
But we're always
I
open
also
to people to help.
I also wanted to mention that I do stream the not mainly the character model creation on my Rumble. Uh, I as I'm like building things, I usually will stream it. I have videos of myself during the process of him in particular,
Yeah.
and I will be continuing with other characters. So if you want to check that out, definitely check both me and Vex out.
Yeah. I
And
also
watch the
am doing.
process and be
I've
part
also
of it.
been planning for some marketing stuff. I do want to have dev streams to explain what we've been working on, where it's coming from, even if they're 15-minute little things, just to tell you, hey, we're still working on this guy, we're still figuring out his story, just to give information, because I think a lot of games don't give clarity. You don't get clarity. So we want to give you all the clarity, all the information up front, so you know exactly what you're waiting for and what you're wanting to play.
You just
But yeah, Turtle literally has been screaming the hell of making this guy. He's
yeah,
doing a wonderful job.
for hours.
Yeah.
I enjoy the hell out of
This is not my expertise. I've been working on the writing and
it.
story world
Doing a
building,
masterful job.
and I have been coming up with what terrains of each tribe and species and continent will be. It is a lot because once I get it all done, I then get to go in. So I'll give you an estimate of an average for an
I
indie game for it to be made, for all that to be done, for
I
a person working on terrain development. It takes about 16 weeks for them to come up with all the ideas for it, and then they have to go to the Blender, and then not Blender. Oh, what's it called? Unreal,
I
and then
do
work
want
on
to
it.
mention something.
What
Now,
is it?
I'm sorry, I know it, but I, me and Vex, well, me especially, are well, actually, no, both of us, we're planning to put in a huge like type of lore where you know how Warhammer 40K has their lore,
Yeah,
but it's very fun lore. It's not like
yeah. I want the lore to be so deep that
yes,
you are not just playing the game for the gameplay, but you're playing because you're like, I generally want to know this
yes,
character's background because this season has a special mission for this character, and this is the
exactly,
character I like to play, and I feel loyalty to this character. I feel like
yes.
I want to screw this character. That is what we're going for.
eh,
A gripping.
Wait,
Where
yes,
the best
and
characters are ones you want to screw to.
exactly. I mean, look at him. But
He's got no
basically,
pee-pee.
oh yeah. But basically, I would also try to mention the whole loyalty, as in like it's a fun loyalty. Like you want that loyalty. We're can I mention the loyalty that
No.
what is that okay?
The system we have, or for other games.
Yeah. For, what? No, for this.
For this, yeah, you can talk about it.
So, well, I'm not gonna get all correct, but Vex will correct me. Basically, we plan to add a more of a loyalty kind of thing instead of like a battle pass
Yeah,
system.
I've been trying to find a way to reimagine a battle pass system, but
Yes,
make it more personal and
impact.
it's yeah, because you're instead of like, oh, I don't want any of this stuff. Oh, look, this tribe or this person's tribe has this. I want this.
and
It's more selective.
and ranks too. And games like Warhammer, for example, or you earn ranks like really weird in a way, but in this game, ranks will mean something, and it'll feel like example like commander. You just like you feel it. Like I'm help me out.
Help me out.
I'm
Help
getting
me.
overwhelmed.
So the way it's gonna work is it's not blind loyalty to your character, but you're also going to be doing missions, and each of these season. Oh, I'm calling them sagas and acts because I think using the word season off puts people a lot. It's a lot of people like, live service. it's not going to be very live serious. You get the update when you get the update. It lasts as long as we can let it last until the story. What we give it the time it needs to last. So it's not really season. And there will be paid and free version, but you're doing these. You'll as you go through. There's not just going to be rewards for you, but missions for the character to get more backstory, more information. It is
Right.
more of a loyalty system to. I'm part like you're part of this guy's tribe. You are going to get all stuff to keep team to that. Not like, oh, I don't play this character. Why am I getting this skin in the battle pass?
Right.
It's more personable. It's more of a loyalty system, and your character will show it. The more loyal you are, your quotes will reflect that.
Right.
Now, though, I do want to make sure like you can't go down in loyalty because I think that's just ruining the player's experience because they just have to
Yeah.
redo it all again. Instead, you're gonna have, which I've had the idea of proving grounds where you have to reprove. Say if you fail, you gotta prove yourself to your tribe.
Mhm.
So these are the kind of themings we're going for. Again, no seasons, acts and sagas. The first saga is called The Chronicles of the Veil, which is launched, which will be like if we do early access and playtest, that's it's gonna be playtest, early access, and launch is The Chronicles of the Veil, which is I can read a bit to you guys if you want. I will do that. The world of Eleanor is one of ancient beauty. A previous mystery, at its heart lies the veil, a shimmering nexus of power and knowledge said to hold the truth of creation itself. The veil's ethereal light stretches across the land, calling to the desperate, the ambitious, and the forgotten. To forgotten to the land. Oh my god, I keep skipping lines. To some, it offers a chance to recover memories lost to time, cruel grasp to others. It is a weapon capable of reshaping the world or ending it. For centuries, the veils remained untouchable, protected by an impenetrable barrier of magic. But as the barrier weakened, for great tribes arose, each vying for control of the veil's power. Now the land of Evandor trembles beneath the weight of the conflict, and the call of the veil grows stronger with every passing day.
Yeah.
I do have information of each tribe here, which is still temporary. Um, but this is all connected to itself. It is all going to make sense. It's all simple enough to make sense. But that's enough of this topic because we spent literally 30 minutes talking about
I'm
it.
sorry. I was so slow.
Yeah, it's okay.
What? You're not supposed to agree with it.
Slow is slow is fast sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. So, um talk about social. Okay, we have another announcement. I put both of them together. Um, so something I've been working on for a while is getting animated short films, and as I hinted before, a book. I finally working with an old professor from Toronto Film School to get this done. Working with a company. This is all coming out in like 2-3 years. Still far away, but it's all connected to the Genesis arc. That's important. Um, and with these skills that I'm going to be learning on how to do it, it will help me with this game project, which will let me make animated short trailers and stuff for characters and stuff. So that's another thing. I didn't want to talk too long because it took up a lot of time there talking about the game, which
Yeah,
is
I was
all
having
right.
stroke 90% of the time.
But there's a section that says talk about social fears. Fucking throw that away for for another episode. Um, 11. Me and Turtle are gonna play a fun game.
Huh?
You ready, Turtle, for the game
What's the game?
segment? So you're going to guess what are these silly phobias? I'm going to give you the name. You're going to have to figure out what it is.
Like the exact name. Oh, so
I'm going to give you the name. You're going to try to tell me what you think it is. And I will give you bonus points if you come up with something unique if you can't figure it out. But you want to figure it out.
right.
So nomophobia. If you say it fast, nomophobia, it kind of gives it away. Nomophobia.
I thought you were gonna say the definition.
No, you're gonna guess what it's the
Yeah.
fear of.
Nomo.
Nomophobia. You say it fast, it gives it away. Nomophobia.
Nomophobia. I don't know. I really don't. What is it?
It's. I'll give you a hint. It's a fear of not having something. It's also something
Having
that
nothing.
everyone has.
Depression? I don't know.
Everyone owns one of these because it is the most important.
Phone?
It is the fear of not having a working phone. Nomophobia, nomorphobia,
Yeah.
nomorphobia. That's why I say if you say it very fast, you think about the name, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Cheethophobia.
Something with cheese.
No, cheethophobia.
Cheeks?
CHEATOPHOBIA.
Like cheat.
Cheat.
Which
It it is something that I want to say 60% of mammals grow.
definitely not looking it up.
You're looking it up.
No, I didn't even see it. I still
You can make up something,
bro.
and if I think it's funny, if I think it's funny enough, then I'll let it slide.
A fucking marsupial pouch? I don't know. What the hell is it?
It's the fear of hair.
You know what? That ain't like
It's the it's
fear
the
of hair.
yep, the fear of hair. And I somehow copied the same thing, so I need to bring this back up. All right, you ready for your next one?
Yeah.
All right. Steady. Thombophobia.
Oh yeah, that's easy. When you play Overwatch, go against Umbra.
No, this is funny, but
No.
somniphobia.
Somni?
Somniphobia
Is that like a sleep thing?
is the fear of sleep.
Oh, so how many points?
So far, you have 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 2 out of 5.
Being wait, idiocy. Okay, next.
All right. Ready to rumble.
Speaking.
All right. Ooh, that one is gonna be a little hard for you, but you can get it. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm reinstalling because I'm trying to figure out how you pronounce it. Phobop phobia. Phobophobia. Phobophobia. Phomophobia.
Oh, you have a phobia of phobias?
Close! Phobophobia.
If that's like a fear of phobia of fear. I don't know.
Yes. It's
That's
the
it?
fear. It's the fear of being feared. Having a
Of
fear.
being scared? Oh,
It's a
okay.
fear of having a fear.
I'm literally the best at this game.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
Arthromorphphobia. Arthromophobia.
I know the arthropomorph, right? Is like it's
If you know what arthromorph is, then you know what you can get. Just you can work your way to what it's about. What do you think?
is arthro. Oh, dude, something with bugs. I don't know.
No, it is the
Discipline.
fear of numbers.
Okay, well, I guess there we go. That's me. That is actually me. Yeah, that is me. That is me. That is me.
All right, your last one, and then we're into the bonus round, which I know you'll get the bonus round pretty easy. Ansidiphobia.
Instadiphobia?
Ansidiphobia.
Something about dyeing your hair, I guess?
No. You want a hint?
Yes.
It is an irrational fear that somewhere a blank is blanking you.
Did I give it any consent or what? Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
Did I give it a consent? No.
A fear of consent? I'm not getting consent.
No.
I really don't.
Do you give up?
Yes.
It is anthophobia is the irrational fear that somewhere a duck or goose is watching you.
That's not real.
It is.
A duck or goose?
Somewhere is watching you. It's a real fear.
Hey,
Okay.
I was pretty close.
Bonus round. Bananaphobia.
Who?
Bananaphobia.
Come with drums.
What?
Drums?
Bananaphobia.
Oh, banana. I'm looking real dumb right now.
You're looking real dumb right now. What is it? What is it the phobia of? Bananaphobia.
Music.
It's called banana phobia, sir. You think it's music?
I said bananas already.
Yes. And I said, are you locking it in for banana phobia?
I did not hear that.
It is the fear. It is the fear of bananas. Basically, it is one. There's one such case was reported in the Daily Mail last year about banana phobia. Person absolutely terrified.
It's like
banana.
with cucumbers.
Yeah, someone was just like, banana!
You just turn around and jump 40 feet and
It's a banana!
dies.
All right, that was our show today. It was an hour and 8 minutes. I guarantee you 15 of those minutes were turtle.
Alright, listen. I wasn't getting tired. Shut up.
Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid.
I know.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. This has been the live episode of Scared to Read. I just see it in the background there. Let me fix this so you can see it. There's the Scared to Read book. The logo, which you guys cannot see because how far I cropped this thing. Oh well. Anyway, see y'all later in the next one, and have a wonderful evening. Now remember, there won't be one this Sunday, but there will be one the following Sunday. We're going back to non-lives. This was the free live that you got.